Hey guys, it's Eric here and this is the Huawei Nova 3i unboxing and my 24-hour review. The box is pretty simple in white. There's a secure seal here that mustn't be broken upon buying, so we're just going to cut through it. When we open the box, we are greeted with the smartphone and it has some of the specs on the sticker. We have the pearl white color variant. It also comes in black, iris purple and red. Let's go ahead and peel out that sticker on the back and on the front. Keep it aside while we see what else is in the box. We have an envelope that houses the film screen protector, a clear soft gel case that fits snugly, a quick start guide in 3 languages including English, and the SIM ejector tool. On the bottom compartment, we have a micro USB cable, a 5V and 2A charger, and here we have the headphones. Let's power it on and get down to some of the specs. On the front, you have a 6.3-inch Full HD Plus IPS LCD display with 1080 by 2340 resolution, which makes it a 19.5 by 9 aspect ratio. On top of that display, you have a notch that houses a 24 megapixel AI camera with f2.0 aperture plus 2 megapixel camera for depth sensing. You also get a front-firing speaker and notification LED. On the back, you have a 60 megapixel AI camera with f2.2 aperture and a 2 megapixel camera for depth sensing. You get a single flash. You have a fingerprint reader and some Huawei branding at the bottom. On the left, you have a 4G LTE ready hybrid SIM tray that can house 2 nano SIMs or 1 SIM card and 1 SD card up to 256 GB. On the right, you have your power button and volume rocker keys. On the bottom, you have a 3.5mm headphone jack, a micro USB port, a microphone, and a speaker. On the top, you have a second microphone. About the design, it's a glass back and metal frame sandwich design with antenna bands running across the sides and bottom. It's not heavy by any means at 169 grams. It has thin bezels, a small chin, and of course, the notch. The Nova 3i comes with a whopping 128GB of storage and 4GB of RAM. We are running on Emotion UI 8.2 skin slapped on Android 8.1 Oreo. Huawei uses their own 12nm process high silicon Kirin 710 CPU and its GPU is the Mali G51 MP4. It's all powered by a 3340 mAh battery. This is my first ever Huawei Emotion UI experience, so the first thing I noticed when I swiped down from the notch was the quick settings interface. It came with 2 rows of icons by default and you can edit and add some more if you like. It does come complete with flash, screen record and eye care, so it's all good. In the display settings, you have a toggle to hide the notch for those that are notchophobic. However, I do find the notch useful and I don't mind it at all. As you guys know, I'm a bit obsessed with eye care. I would definitely be using it all the time. You also have color mode and temperature, which is set on vivid by default. You can change it to normal depending on your preference. Your color temperature can also be adjusted to warm or cold as well. You have 3 fonts to choose from here and you can reduce your screen resolution to HD Plus to save battery life. And it's set to smart resolution, which automatically switches to HD Plus when you're running out of juice. In terms of security, I put the fingerprint sensor to test and it is fast. The face unlock is easy to set up and it's quite reliable, and even in less than ideal lighting conditions, it increases the screen brightness to get a read on your face. The Nova 3i has great viewing angles and the screen is nice and responsive. The display is great for multimedia and here's what the speaker sounds like.
That money spent it for your hair.
Excuse me? I apologize to my daughter. She knows better.
It's great for calls and has really good cell reception. Perhaps the most interesting thing about the Huawei Nova 3i is the camera. It has a ton of features including artificial intelligence baked into its very core for both the front and the back camera. What AI does is automatically switch scenes and or focus based on where you're pointing the camera. So if you're looking at plants or sky or a person or building, etc., it would make the photo look even better. Here's a side-by-side with and without AI. The 24 megapixel AI dual cameras on the front and the 16 megapixel AI dual camera on the back do a pretty decent job in terms of mapping out the background and blurring it out. The augmented reality features several 3D Qmojis that read your facial movements. You also get different effects, backgrounds, and 3D objects for the cool kids. You have your time-lapse and slow-mo, your professional mode, and panorama. Right now, I cannot think of any camera feature that isn't here. It shoots 1080p videos at 30 fps and slow-mo at 720p up to 120 fps. Here are some indoor selfies that I took. It does come with night mode, and to see if it's the real deal, I took a couple of photos. It took some seconds to capture the image, but they came out looking crisp compared to the photos shot without night mode. I did a lot of gaming on this device. I played PUBG on medium settings, perhaps the most gaming I have ever done in one session. It's got game acceleration turned on by default and it ran surprisingly cool, so yeah, this is definitely one for gaming. About battery life, I got over 7 hours of screen on time before it hit 15%. More impressive was my first attempt at draining the battery by playing nearly 6 hours of PUBG. In the end, I still had 15% left to spare. With only 3,340 mAh battery, this battery life is way better than I expected. The Huawei Nova 3i is priced at 105,000 naira, and if you're one of the first 70 people to pre-order at any slot store nationwide, you get a 10k ShopRite voucher for free. Here's my final thought. If you're looking to impress your friends with mobile photography on social media, or you just love to capture memories of beautiful places, the Huawei Nova 3i's AI camera definitely makes your work a lot easier. There's really not much need for photo editing when you have photos looking like this with little or no effect. On top of that, Huawei's own high silicon Kirin 710 CPU is very power efficient and a performer. I haven't noticed any lag so far. I'm super impressed and I'll highly recommend it for gamers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it. And also follow me on Twitter or Instagram to check out my current giveaway. Do look out for my Nova 3i gaming video and leave a suggestion if you'd like me to compare this phone with any other phones in the comment section down below. Till next time guys, peace.